Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Where we last left off, we defeated the dragon and took all of its stuff, and then we sentenced a bear to our side. And now we're going to continue from there. I did do some stuff off screen like I said I would, because we're back in Skyhold. I sold a lot of stuff, and I bought a lot of stuff from there, and I now got the Inquisition to level up 1. So now we have 2 Inquisition perks in order to buy. But first, we're going to go talk to everyone, see if they've got anything new to say.
What do you think?
I just know that you could shake this world to its foundations if you willed it.
We should return.
As you would.
At least for now. We're also going to go check up on Cullen. And then we'll go talk to the other guys, see if they've got anything new to say. And yeah, go from there. Cullen?
At your service.
Anything I should know?
I believe Dagna has settled in...
Is that a bad thing?
I'm concerned she'll cheerfully blow up Skyhold with one of her experiments.
That's all.
We've already said that. Skip it. Alright, now we shall go to the inn, see if anyone has anything to say there. Actually, we need to go this way to speak to Cole. I need to call him Cullen. I really wish we'd fix up this room. Actually, I'm going to pick up the book.
Tied, but tenderly. Love.
I'll talk.
Proper.
Yeah, bye, Cole.
It's good to see you.
I'll keep an eye out.
I have a book. Give me your books. When am I going to get some new music? Because I need to finish off the song list.
Getting serious about mage stuff, magic, things. How about not so much? Just asking for not so much magic. Great, yeah?
What?
Do you have any worries about how my magic is developing?
Really? You have to ask what's so bad about the magic stuff. I mean, that weirdy talking about Knight-whatevers.
Knight-enchanter. Battle magic.
Not helping. I don't understand that stuff. It's scary to anyone smart enough to think for a second. You shouldn't be scary. You're the Inquisitor.
What has you so scared?
You really don't know? Most people are scared. I mean, there's lots of mages here, but most never see one. Never. You're weird, and I know you, so you're not scary. But lots of people don't know you. I don't want you to be just a scary mage.
Not even a little?
Don't be silly. I'm not that scary.
Oh, ha ha, real funny. Fine, I'm fine with it. Be scary and a shit.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
I'm so scary with my horns and my magic. Anything new, Crab?
Inquisitor?
Can you think of any other...
Nothing jumps out at me. If I come up with...
We'll talk...
I'm going to come back to you every time we do a main mission, because you always have something new to say.
Kada.
Smack my
I'd like
ass.
to talk about you and me.
Sure, boss. What's up?
Do you have some free time?
For you. Always.
Let's be inconspicuous as much as we can by standing out in the open. Like that. Oh, boy. That was so romantic, guys. Anyway, Cassandra. Oh, Cassandra's got something.
Planning troop movements now?
I'm trying to imagine what it will look like when we're done. All of this once belonged to the Tevinter Imperium. Andraste changed that, as did the Blights. As for what will come next, I cannot guess the Maker's plan.
We make things better.
We make the world a better place.
Because everyone agrees on what better means. I know I want a world where people trust the Chantry and that trust is respected. I want to respect tradition, but not fear change. I want to right past wrongs, but not avenge them. And I have no idea if my wanting these things makes any of them right.
Admirable.
Even if they're not right, they're certainly admirable.
Some would disagree. They would call it heresy.
Oh,
They didn't sound like the ravings of a heretic, Cassandra.
Perhaps not. But it takes precious little effort to paint even an act of compassion as damaging. Tell me, what guides you? You make decisions that shake the world, yet always seem so assured. I wish I had your confidence.
you admire me.
You almost sound like you admire me.
I absolutely do.
Well,
I
then.
may not always agree with your decisions, but how many could do what you have done? You were a prisoner, accused and reviled, yet you've emerged from every trial victorious. The Maker's grace does not make you immortal. You live or die by your own hand. That is worthy of admiration.
I obey my conscience, I guess.
I'm guided by what my conscience tells me.
Your conscience must speak more clearly than mine.
I doubt it.
I'm somehow the
But
same
I do
height
my
as you.
best.
I should be taller. Well,
Think of it. Like Andraste long ago,
She's standing
once
on a
again
box.
the fate of Thedas will be determined by a woman. It makes me proud to know you.
I won't determine anything just because I'm a woman. Thank you. I hope we're friends. Just because I'm a woman? What? I hope we're friends.
I hope we can call each other friends.
I hope so too. We still have a long road to travel, Inquisitor. Wherever it takes us, I'm glad you're here.
I think that might have, if I remember correctly, I think that might have been the turning point to start a relationship. I think. I don't know. I can't remember. Anything else?
I trust all is well.
Yeah.
That's enough for now.
Enough.
Yes, another time. This. Oh, there's another book. Right.
Inquisitor.
We're gonna go talk to Solus, Dorian, Varric. For a minute then I thought you weren't there. Varric, are you gonna talk to me again?
If you've got questions, I'm your dwarf.
No.
Carry on.
Solus, anything else?
The new power you wield. I heard from Cassandra that it is the magic of the Knight-enchanters. If I am not mistaken, the techniques descend from those of ancient elven mages, called arcane warriors. I wonder what they would think to see their magic used in defense of the Chantry.
I doubt they were called arcane warriors in Elven.
The formal name for the techniques you have learned was the Durthena and Nassaline, knowledge that led to victory.
I know, I did it
who
in the
eschewed
first
physical
game.
confrontation called it Gilanim Banalvan, the path that leads astray.
What can you tell me about the arcane warriors?
They were elite guardsmen, serving as bodyguards or champions for nobles, as I understand. Mages who focused on spirits or the Fade might sneer at their physicality, but never doubted their honor. They were the living embodiment of will made manifest. Mind shaping the body into the perfect weapon.
They'd probably be pleased that it lives on at least.
I hope the ancient elven warriors would be pleased to see their techniques survive.
I hope so as well. So much knowledge has been lost. Perhaps having something they created carried forward, even in such a different form, would gratify them. Did you need anything else?
Is there anything else you can tell me about Crivis? I think you
I need
told
to
me
know more
everything.
about Corypheus.
You shamed him when you destroyed it. It would be worse. He will return to his plans to throw
Yeah.
a link.
We'll talk.
Goodbye.
Right, I know there's a book. There it is. Right, we need 7 more, and then we're done with that quest. Which is literally just to pick up books. Dorian.
Always with the questions. What will people say?
Nothing. Bye.
I heard of your verdict on Alexius, Inquisitor.
That was ages ago.
Research on your behalf is almost too kind. I hope you know what you're doing. Do be wary of anything that man proposes.
I know. Everything is well?
I trust everything is well with the mages? We're mostly relieved. An alliance with the Inquisition. I'll leave
you be.
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
For your duties.
What is your evaluation?
Adequate. Based on a partial...
As you...
Okay.
Yes.
Turn in some stuff.
There are 47 ways to...
Right, you're just talking about why poison. I don't care. Damage throws against humanoids. Liana, what's up?
You've joined a fellowship with a distinguished history. Knight-enchanters have long served the divine.
I chose this for that reason. We're missing one of those. I didn't do it to serve. Sure, I guess it'll inspire people.
That is why I pursued this path. Mages do not always have to be at odds with the Chantry.
But I understand why so many are, and I don't blame them. But no matter, you have chosen well, and are in good company. I had friends who were knight-enchanters, who served at Justinia's side, who died with her. It's good to see new mages keeping this flame alive.
Any updates?
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
You're not a very good spy master. You should always have something to report. Right, 6 more. Oh. I believe that's just the thing. I'll check it though, just in case. Yeah, it's about the raven. Right, go this way, speak to... what's her face? Also steal our books. Vivienne?
It's a noble calling, the Knight-enchanter. You have joined the ranks of the most select mages. You should be commended. So few have the discipline necessary.
Well,
I didn't realize you were a Knight-enchanter, Vivienne.
Of course I am, darling. Knight-enchanters serve in the highest echelons of the Chantry and Circle. Where else would I be?
glad you approve.
I'm pleased you approve of my choice.
You have your moments, my dear.
What does that mean? I always have my moments, saying I have some. Oh. Looks like someone's not going to be picked up for team members next time. Alright, we got some points to level up for people. So, time to spam. Activating Flask of Frost also taunts all nearby enemies. Shattering enemies while File Frost is active deals damage to other nearby... Why would I have the other one then, if that's... Yeah. Flask of Fire. While Flask of Fire is active, all your abilities have no cooldown. Each unique ability you use while Flask of Fire is active increases its duration. Yeah. Your abilities cost no stamina, and enemies who attack you are knocked backwards. When your stamina is exhausted, you fight even harder, lashing out with fury to win the fight. You can use more concentrated elixirs that give you an uncanny edge in battle. You do bonus damage with all attacks for a short time whenever you use an elixir or potion. The flash sends you into a heightened state of incredible speed. Anyone on the battlefield except you moves more slowly for a short time. You can't use this ability while another elixir is active. Now she's kind of like super speedy. Dorian, we need to get your Mortalitasi stuff up. So, Bish, learn to leave enemies vulnerable in their terror. Enemies that are panicked take increased damage from all attacks. If you are knocked unconscious, a spirit you control takes on your likeness and fights on your behalf for a short time. The spirit draws magic directly from the Fade, casting spells without cost. You cannot be revived by any means until the spirit leaves. Okay, double-edged sword there. You curse the enemy, inflicting ongoing spirit damage, and then trigger the curse in a devastating explosion. It kills your target, the effect spreads to nearby enemies, causing secondary explosions. Manually detonating walking bomb now decorates this explosion inward, dealing significantly more damage to the target, but none to any enemy nearby. We'll get that one. Then this, you mark a target with an attacking spirit, inflicting ongoing damage. If the target dies while marked, the spirit mimics the victim's body. Sure. Targets you kill with spirit mark now fight for longer and harder. You can now have multiple marked targets. When marked target dies, a wisp appears and attacks with you on for a short time. We'll go for lingering. Black wall. Get your shield stuff up. You don't flinch, don't blink, and don't back down. Enemies that hit you with melee attacks are staggered with recoil. An attack that would bring you down instead leaves you a small amount of health, and you are immune to all damage for a short time. I've just noticed that the shield has markings on it. It's like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 45. We'll also get this. Counter-Strike. You push yourself to the limit, gaining full guard and taunting all nearby enemies. While the ability is active, you automatically counter all melee attacks. Wow. You protect the protected area increases, making it even harder for enemies to pass by. Line in the sand no longer has a cost or cooldown, and it lasts until you cancel it. Whoa. I'm going to get that. To the death. You taunt an enemy into a frenzy. Their damage output increases over time, so does the damage they take. The effect ends if you get out of range. Yep. You may not be able to hold them off forever, but right now nothing can touch you. You have complete immunity to damage or for a short time. Cole. Let's get your stuff up. I was never here. You have learned to use the distraction of an enemy's death to slip silently into the shadows. Killing a target removes any cooldown on stealth. You are a deadly threat to enemy that can't see you coming. When you attack from stealth, you automatically critical hit. You hurl a grenade containing a powerful concoction that puts nearby enemies to sleep. Sleeping enemies awaken after taking damage. Your attacks slip past armor to find a weak points, a target's hidden vulnerabilities. Enemies affected with knockout bombs sleep more deeply, allowing your allies to hit them even harder when with flanking damage. And the other one is Dream of Pain. Shrapnel from knockout bomb now leaves enemies bleeding for a short time. I'll choose that one. And this one, Cloak in the Shadows. You go into stealth and your allies follow your lead. The entire party remains undetected for the duration of the effect, even while attacking. You mark your enemy, and every hit on them adds part of its power to the mark's damage. Trigger your mark when you are ready and watch them fall from injuries they never even noticed. You can manually target the mark early for a bonus. Sounds cool. Vivienne. Yep. And now we'll bump up this stuff. Blam. You're adept defensive magic. Basically what we already have. So make yourself a cloak, briefly invulnerable, and can pass through enemies unharmed. Elder Post. You immunitize inside of an enemy, they are blasted back massive force. The lower the charge of your spirit blade, the longer fade cloak lasts. And then that. You fill an area with magical energy that slows and weakens your enemies. So this is at max, Barracks is at max, Iron Bull. Put this on. When an enemy dies near you, the thrill of death spurs you to hit that much harder. Being near a badly wounded enemy spurs you into a frenzy, driving you to move faster and giving you the chance of striking deadly blows. Blood is life. You rip into your enemies, doing damage based on how badly you're wounded, and healing yourself. Ring of Pain significantly increases the effect. After you attack with Devour, your next use of Dragon Rage has better chance of ripping deeply into your target for a critical chance. Use of Devour now heals even more. And then Dragon Range. You launch into an attack fueled by your fury, ripping into your foes for damaging that increases your own wounds, deepen, blah blah blah. Ravage, Leash Fury. Dragon Rage no longer damages you, although you can no longer use it as often. For some, Dragon Rage is a dangerous ability. For you, it's the only way to fight. You are now hit harder and reduce the cooldown time for your Devour. And now everyone's leveled up. Woo! Wasn't that fun? Right. Now we're gonna head this away. What do you think, new Josephine?
It's good to see you.
What do the people make of?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support.
Let's speak.
Goodbye.
There seems to be
it's
a
good
special
to see
thing.
you.
More personal questions? I don't know if I've already asked this.
Where were you raised, Josephine?
I was born in Antiva City, but when I turned 15, Mother declared I'd attend finishing school in Val Royale.
I read that as fishing school.
But I bawled into her skirts the day I had to leave.
You must have missed her terribly.
I did. And she was most unsympathetic to my wailing. But my mother only wanted the best for me. Living in Orlais was an education in itself.
What did you learn at this finishing school in Valroyo?
Among other things, mathematics, rhetoric, poetry, history, logic, and a great deal of etiquette. I still remember Madame Beventir's switch on my knuckles when I forgot the basic tenets of Nevaran dining customs. For a dowager approaching her 80th year, she had quite the arm.
How did the younger you like Valroyo when you arrived?
Have you ever stepped into a new city and felt the buildings couldn't possibly be real? That was Valroyo to me. So beautifully foreign, I gaped at its spires for months.
Does Antiva City have nothing that compares to Valroyo?
Antiva City is a jewel among the capitals. But I did not appreciate that before I traveled. There are multitudes of places I'd like to see. Saharan, the Anderfels, whatever lies past the Amaranthine Ocean.
You haven't really gone into detail about how you know Liliana.
We met... let me think. We met the last few years of my schooling, but we became friends after I became ambassador to Olay. It seems terrifyingly long ago now.
How exactly did you and Liliana reconnect in the Inquisition?
I discovered my family had been overcharging a merchant we traded with for months. Our name carries a great deal of trust in Antiva. I spent weeks arranging a string of favors as suitable recompense. Apparently satisfied, the merchant extended me an invitation to her estate. Liliana greeted me in place of the merchant.
I assume there was more to it than a strange way to say hello.
It was a test of sorts. Liliana claimed she needed someone of painful integrity for the Inquisition. I accepted, once she finally explained what it was.
Do you remain close?
Yes, but she's grown so much more distant than the outgoing woman I met in Valroyo. Liliana used to wander the Orlesian courts, singing the sweetest songs, charming the greatest wits. Now she collects secrets and takes risks that would make empires tremble. I worry, but she will not hear it.
She saved my life in the future.
Does Liliana confide in you?
She enjoys revisiting our more disastrous adventures. Liliana used to concoct the most ridiculous plans. Run if you ever see her with a twine ball, a measuring stick, and a handkerchief.
Okay.
Tell me about the Montiliers.
Well, my parents are alive and in good health. They live in our estate in Antiva City. Of my 4 siblings, most attend to the running of the family vineyards. That reminds me, I must ask someone to make sure Yvette attends the spring reception at the palace. My youngest sister has no head for social engagements.
Why are you overseeing your siblings' social lives?
It's Antivan custom. After a certain age, the heir apparent runs the family's estate to prove they're worthy of succession. If you're unfit for the task, the heads of the house, usually one's parents, may decree a new heir.
Wow.
What do these Antivan heads of the household do if they don't run it?
They work and provide guidance. I've taken advice from my parents. Well, mostly mother. Father's more of an artist. It's rather gauche, but we never can dissuade him from running his own salons. Between him and my siblings, mother's looking forward to my taking over the estate.
Salons. No, she can say it if she wants. She can call it a salon for all I care.
Between that and the Inquisition, when do you ever rest?
Delegation helps a great deal. But managing the estate is my duty. As much work as it is, I will not shirk it.
Is running your family's estate that important to you?
I'm responsible for their welfare. A Montilier never shuns their familial duty. Taxing as those duties can sometimes be.
Maybe your siblings could help lighten your burden.
You don't know them. But Lorien in charge, or Antoine, or Yvette? No, truly. It must be me.
Alright.
Who rules Antiva?
Officially, the Principality of Antiva is governed by His Majesty King Fugelno II. In reality, Antiva's merchant princes rule the country in everything but name. Quite loudly, I might add.
What sort of dealings did you have with these merchant families?
As ambassador, I attended Privy Council meetings in a mediatory capacity. May I just say, One has never heard an argument until they've sat in on 15 princes howling down each other's tariff suggestions.
Okay.
That sounds like more of a mob than a meeting.
It's all a part of life in Antiva. Our traditions value passion and romance. A certain exuberance of style.
You're not very exuberant.
Are you positive you're Antivan?
I can be most exuberant when it's called for. Just at the right moments, and in a proper fashion. Might we speak of something else?
Or Antiva?
What's the land like in Antiva?
The settled areas are quite lush. The vineyards run as far as the eye can see
Basically
in some
Italy.
places.
Or Spain.
Antiva City, however, perches right up against the Rialto Bay. That's what I miss most. The sea crashing against the maze of the docks.
I have difficulty seeing you wandering around a trading port.
Everyone in Antiva City spends time by the ships, my lady. The finest restaurants and poets all make their habitation by the sea. The waterfront's never still. Lanterns are lit along the promenade no matter what the weather.
Are you ever homesick?
Occasionally. When a breeze stirs the trees in the garden, I sometimes pretend it's the sound of the surf. Do you know, I even miss those terrible squawking birds infesting the harbor. My younger sister used to throw whole loaves of bread to the gulls. Silly thing.
Okay.
Let's speak later.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Codex on Antiva. Yay! Right, now, we've got a few things we need to search for. We've only got 4 minutes left to see how much we can get ready set up for the next time. I think next time we shall attend to... Yeah, we're going to do a story quest, I think. We'll do a story quest and then we can finish off the building of Skyhold, because there's just too many scaffolds, and I know at some point there is the discussion where if you don't have the scaffolding finished, you walk through the scaffold to the area. So, and then you get stuck. So, yeah, I'm going to... Well, you don't get stuck per se, you have to jump off and nearly die, but you can't in Skyhold. But anyway, yeah, I'd rather it be where I can walk through stuff. Or walk the right way. Right, we got 2 perks. One from leveling up while doing the quest, and one from buying loads of stuff from the guy. So, we shall buy something. Pay 10% more for items sold to them.
Have you heard anything?
Not yet. I'll let you know as soon as I do.
Let's get more potions. And we'll also get the ability to spend more money from selling things. Alright, so now we gotta get the things I've done, resources, onyx and elf fruit. Get a coin. Our efforts have proved successful. Inquisitor's throne accessory. Ooh. Then we had one over here. Formally submitted report. Current progress. Some animals and regions with closed rifts exhibit fewer altered behaviours, but the results are inconsistent. 7 anomalies in hunting patterns suggest the breach still impacts local wildlife. Furthermore, some of the species persist in erratic behaviours. I suspect that both the opening and closing of rifts cause fluctuations in the veil that continue to disturb their natural instincts. Long-term effects still unknown. Studying the flight patterns of local songbirds may yield further results. I have forwarded a 50-page report to Commander Cullen outlining ways to interact aggressive behaviour in several species. Okay then. So we got this, trust. Inquisitor, 1 month ago, members of the Venatori stole sensitive chantry documents. Knight-enchanter Cosette led a small team of mages and mercenaries in pursuit. They successfully infiltrated the Venatori to retrieve the documents and gather further information of the enemy. A second team was to create a distraction, allowing Cosette's unit to escape. I received an encrypted message from Cosette. The distraction never came. Cosette believes the Venatori killed the second team. Her cover remains intact, but she fears it won't last. She's reaching out to the Inquisition for assistance. While the Chantry's interests must remain hidden, she will trade her knowledge of the Venatori for safe passage. Knight-enchanter Cosette and her associates are former comrades of mine. We can trust her word, and I trust you will respect the secrecy of her mission. I've marked their location on the map. So, we wouldn't have got this quest if we didn't do the... class quests, or learn to be a Knight-enchanter. So I'm just going to check that out. Alright. We shall send a distraction. We'll send some soldiers. Venatorian to disengage our soldiers in that region. I had wondered why we must send aid immediately.
Inquisitor.
Alright. I think if we send Liliana, we just get a staff, which is really crap and rubbish. It's a standard common thing, so yeah. Assuage Emeritus heirs. In light of evidence... Oh god, the camera turned. Regarding Inquisitor Emeritus' heritage, the Emeridrian family of Orlais has complained of harassment by the Danish clan Gillane, who insists that the Emeridans have profited for centuries by claiming descent from Inquisitor Emeridin. Clan Gillane has historically made the same claim, but authorities ignored them. The Dalish would like reparations, while the Demeridans would like this embarrassing matter to disappear. Alright, we shall leave it for now, because I want to do Cullen's one, because we want to get the Dalish some reparations, damn it! We got 2 grizzly to bear. I found an old Avaar warrior familiar with treatment and care of hold beasts. It was not cheap after I persuaded him to take the job. He insisted I meet Storbacker myself. The creature mistook the lying of my coat for a bear scruff and licked me. The Avaar was much amused, saying that Storbacker must think I'm a cub with mange. Despite this, I thought of a use for the beast. Let us send a batch of soldiers along with this warrior Storbacker to other Avaar holds to demonstrate the might of the Inquisition. We may have some allies, and Avaar can help us patrol the mountains. I prefer we keep our friend out of harm's way. Let his friend cave. No! Oh, it's Cullen again! Fine, we'll go some resources. The other side. Where is it? Not Falamire. Do gather coin again.
Inquisitor.
We'll do coin.
At your service.
And resources. Got Hinterland resources. And we shall make it Liliana.
Let's see what we have.
And we shall stop for there. So thank you for your time. Go back about your duties. Your duties. Come on. Come on. There we go. Onyx Elfru, Inquisitor Throne Accessory 1, Master Corrupting Room. Alright. So, yeah, we've done all that now. So, we shall end it here. In the next episode, those things should be cleared, because it will be some time since the next one. And then we're about to go from there. We'll also need to go into Undercroft to get those new items I think I got in the chest. We'll also make some new stuff, but I might do that off camera. I might pause and then do that then. But until then, this is Majorshepard. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye!